Hello dear students, today we'll deal with an interesting topic, punctuation or punctuation marks. What is punctuation? A set of symbols, signs or marks used in written matter to clarify the meaning. A set of symbols, signs or marks used in written matter to clarify the meaning. Though there are many punctuation marks like a full stop, comma, question mark, exclamation mark, colon, semicolon, etc. Basically, there are four types of punctuation marks. They are a comma, full stop, question mark, and an exclamation mark. We'll learn all these one by one. The very first and the basic punctuation mark is a comma. You might have heard about a comma or seen a comma many times in many texts right from class 1. What is a comma and where is it used and how to use a comma? Let us learn. A comma is used within a sentence or in a sentence to separate the parts or ideas of a sentence or the items in a list. I'll read it once again. A comma is used within a sentence to separate the parts or ideas of a sentence or items in a list. You will understand this clearly with the help of the examples given below. Look at example number 1. Sidhu plays cricket, football and volleyball. In this sentence, there are three items or names of games or sports. What are they? Cricket, football and volleyball. They need to be separated. Hence, we use comma or we have to use commas to separate the names of these games. Hence, even while reading, we need to pause wherever the commas are. I'll read it once again for you. Sidhu plays cricket, football and volleyball. To make this more clear, I'll give you one more example. Look at the example number 2. There were 3 books, a very big bag, a glass of milk and a pen on the table. The above sentence is a very long sentence. Did you notice? Apart from this, there are many items that need to be separated, like 3 books, a very big bag, a glass of milk and a pen. Let's try it another way. I'll read the above sentence twice. You people have to tell me which one sounds correct. So are you ready? Right. There were 3 books, a very big bag, a glass of milk and a pen on the table. I'll read it once again. There were 3 books, a very big bag, a glass of milk and a pen on the table. Now you tell me, which one do you think is the correct way of reading the sentence? The first one or the second one? Yes, you are right. If you have guessed that the second one is the right way of reading, you are right. We need to pause at some places while reading long or lengthy sentences. A comma helps us do that. Now, I think you have understood the use of a comma. In the second sentence, as there are different parts, 3 books, a very big bag, a glass of milk, a pen. You may call these phrases as well. If you feel that phrase is a very difficult word to remember, you may just remember parts or items. They need to be separated so that while reading, while writing, the meaning is maintained. Hence, for momentary pauses, కొద్దిగా ఆగడానికి we use a comma. Hope now the usage of a comma is clear. Now let us look at the second punctuation mark, a full stop. A full stop is used to indicate the end of a sentence. A full stop is used to indicate the end of a sentence. Now it will be clear with the examples given below. Look at the first example that is given below. Maheshwari lives in Mangalpalli. She likes playing chess. Maheshwari lives in Mangalpalli. She likes playing chess. Here you can see that two different ideas about Maheshwari are given. The first part is about where she lives and the idea ends there. And the second part is about what she likes playing chess and the idea ends there. As there are two separate ideas, we separate them with the help of a full stop. Now look at the second example. Once upon a time, there lived a king Prabhakar. He had 7 sons. Now when you read these two sentences, you might have got the idea that these two sentences are a part of a story. Now while writing a story or a paragraph, we use full stops to separate one idea from the other. Even in example number 2, once upon a time there lived a king Prabhakar. He had 7 sons. The same logic applies here. As it is a story, or you can say the first part or the introduction of a story, two ideas are given. The name of the king in the first part and about his family in the second part. They are two separate sentences. Hence, we separate them with the help of a full stop. Hope you have understood the usage of a full stop. Now let us look at the usage of a question mark. A question mark is used for a question or to express a doubt. A question mark is used for a question or to express a doubt. Look at the examples given below. What is your name? What is your name? I don't know your name. It's a direct question, so it should end with a question mark. Look at example number 2. How are you? How are you? It's a direct question, so it should end with a question mark. Look at the example number 3. Is this your dog? Is this your dog? Here you can find some difference between the two examples that are given above and this one. The third example is a doubt. Is this your dog? Even such sentences which are questions or which express a doubt should end in a question mark. Now let us look at the usage of the exclamation mark. An exclamation mark is used after an exclamation, that is interjection, which is one of the 8 parts of speech. The exclamation mark is used to express happiness, sorrow, surprise, anger, etc. Now let us look at a few examples. Look at the first example. I'll read this for you. Wow, it is so beautiful. Wow, it is so beautiful. Did you see? The first sentence, wow, it is so beautiful, expresses surprise, or in other way, happiness. The second sentence, hooray, we won. Hooray, we won. This sentence expresses happiness. And the third sentence, alas, I missed the bus. Alas, I missed the bus. It clearly expresses disappointment or sorrow. Hence, we use the exclamation mark after these sentences or after the exclamatory words.